Chapter 2 Young Women Changing the World by Jenny Ingley. The following article is from the website Take Part. This website gathers news, photos, and videos about today's issues and suggests actions people can take to make a difference. The website also provides stories of people who are working for change locally, nationally, and globally.
The Socket Team. Jessica Lynn, Jessica O. Matthews, Julia Silverman, and Hemily Thakar. Issue: Renewable Energy. In most African countries, more than 90% of the population lives without electricity. And if you've been to Africa, you know that almost that many people play soccer whenever they get the chance. But it took 4 young women to realize that all the energy being used on the field could be used to power people's homes. The magic soccer ball, created by Harvard students Jessica Lynn, Jessica Matthews, Julia Silverman, and Hemily Thakar, is beautiful in its simplicity. The socket captures energy from kick, dribble, and throw, and stores it for later use. Kids can play a game, then bring the ball home and charge an LED lamp, cell phone, or battery. They no longer need to use unhealthy and expensive kerosene lamps or walk 3 hours to charge their cell phones. And down the line, the founders hope the socket will move beyond single-family homes to power hospitals and schools. But think of the immediate impact the ball can have on individual kids. Money is saved, families can afford to send their children to school, child labor decreases, and a better world emerges. Carmina Mansanon, founder, Stitch Tomorrow. Issue: Impoverished Youth. Through Stitch Tomorrow, a youth-led microfinance initiative in the Philippines and Indonesia, Carmina Mansanon, a 16-year-old from Tokyo, Japan, is empowering underprivileged girls by helping them create fashion lines out of second-hand materials. Stitch Tomorrow provides fashion and business education, capital, and resources to help the girls turn their clothing design ideas into a reality. Experts are on hand to help the young designers refine their concepts, create partnerships, find sponsors, and show their fashion lines on the runway. This year, Mansanon brought her idea for Stitch Tomorrow to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. As the youngest participant, she shared her hope for using fashion to bridge the gap between privileged and underprivileged youth around the world. Stephanie Cohen, founder, Kids Make a Difference. Issue: Endangered Manatees. In 2nd grade, Stephanie Cohen read an article about a baby manatee injured by a boat's propeller as it came up for air, an accident that claims the lives of many manatees every year. An article like that would affect most 8-year-olds. But how many would dedicate their lives to the issue? At least one. From that day forward, Cohen dedicated herself to raising awareness in her school and community about manatees, eventually starting a foundation called Kids Make a Difference. The organization brings youth together to fundraise for the preservation of wildlife and inspires volunteers to help animals around the world. Maggie Doyne, founder, the Blink Now Foundation. Issue: World Poverty. Trekking through the Himalayas after high school, Maggie Doyne met hundreds of orphaned and poverty-stricken Nepalese children. They stuck with her. Upon returning to her hometown of Mendham, New Jersey, she asked her community to help her build a safe and loving home for these children. To Doyne's surprise, her neighbors supported the idea. With their help, Doyne and the local Nepalese community built the Kopila Valley Children's Home, a home that provides young orphans, street children, child laborers, and abused children with an education, health care, and a loving place to grow up. Today, there are 25 children living in the home, and 60 children are enrolled in school through the Kopila Outreach Program. These young women prove that no matter how young you are, if you're passionate about a cause and take action, you are old enough to make a difference.